Historians long ago began to write the history of the body. They have studied the body in the field of historical demography, or pathology. They have considered it as the seat of needs and appetites, as the locus of physiological processes and metabolism, as a target for the attacks of germs or viruses. They have shown to what extent historical processes were involved in what might seem to be the purely biological base of existence, and what place should be given in the history of society to biological events such as the circulation of bacilli or the extension of the lifespan. But the body is also directly involved in the political field. Power relations have an immediate hold upon it. They invest it, mark it, train it, torture it, force it to carry out tasks, to perform ceremonies, to emit signs. These political investments of the body is bound up in accordance with complex reciprocal relations. This political investment of the body is bound up in accordance with complex reciprocal relations with its economic use. It is largely as a force of production that the body is invested with relations of power and domination. But on the other hand, its constitution as labor power is possible only if it is caught up in a system of subjection, in which need is also a political instrument meticulously prepared, calculated, and used. In which need is also a political instrument meticulously prepared, calculated, and used. The body becomes a useful force only if it is both a productive body and a subjected body. This subjection is not only obtained by the instruments of violence or ideology. It can also be direct physical, pitting force against force. It can also be direct physical, pitting force against force, bearing on material elements, and yet without involving violence. It may be calculated, organized, technically thought out. It may be subtle, make use neither of weapons nor of terror, and yet remain of a physical order. That is to say, there may be a knowledge of the body that is not exactly the science of its functioning, and a mastery of its forces that is more than the ability to conquer them. This knowledge and this mastery constitute what might be called political technology of the body. Of course, this technology is diffused, rarely formulated in continuous, systematic discourse. This technology is diffuse, rarely formulated in continuous, systematic discourse. It is often made up of bits and pieces. It implements a disparate set of tools. this disparate set of tools or methods. In spite of the coherence of its results, it is generally no more than a multiform instrumentation. Moreover, it can't be localized in a particular type of institution or state apparatus.